report.
As you predicted, Supreme Leader, the enemy only sent one cruiser. The ship was quickly dispatched by our forces at the ambush site.
So it was destroyed, then?
Not entirely, my lord. As you know, the ship was able to jump up prior to complete destruction. Our ships took some damage in the fight, but we tracked it down with the coordinates you provided and came upon Liberty again. Only one of our ships was able to jump with the coordinates, and when we arrived, the ship had launched its entire complement of escape pods and was drifting listlessly toward an asteroid. We destroyed the escape pods and watched as the Liberty collided with an asteroid. And then we jumped out, sir. There were no life signs from the Liberty, and we detected... Well, sir, the reason we left is...
You fool!
My lord?
The Liberty is equipped with an AI. Do you know what that means?
An AI? Yes, sir. It is an artificial...
It means that it won't put off life signs, and it can be picked up and transferred from the wreckage, with all of its intelligence intact.
I see.
As soon as repairs are complete, get your ships back out there, and reduce that ship to rubble. Take the entire fleet if you need to. If the Earthlings discover us before we are ready, all of our preparations will be for nothing. Do not return to me until you can provide proof that the AI is dead.
Captain, can you hear me?
Computer? I hear you. Status report.
I'll give you the good news, sir. You're still alive, and the enemy ship has jumped out of the system.
And the bad news?
Everything else.
Okay. Let me clear my head for a second and we'll assess the damage.
We took a beating, sir. The front of the ship is gone. We are slowly drifting away from the asteroid we crashed into. I cut the power to everything but the cryopod and the minimum amount of computing power needed to run my programming. I was able to extinguish the fires around the ship by venting all of the atmosphere. I'm slowly reactivating what systems remain.
Keep the power usage to a minimum. We won't be getting resupplied anytime soon.
Understood.
Please tell me the emergency crate survived the crash.
It would appear it has, sir.
Excellent. Let's go check out what we have to work with. Okay, computer. First thing is first. Transfer any blueprints remaining on the ship to my suit, as well as the schematics for building the necessary components I'm going to need to survive out here. Also, I don't want to keep calling you computer. If we're going to be stranded together for a while, you need a name.
How about T-1000?
Dear Lord.
Ha 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 ha. Just kidding, Captain. I had to get you back for your Skynet comments earlier.
Well, while you make jokes, I'm going to get to work salvaging this wreck and finding a way out of here.
Sir, may I suggest that we use one of the engine pods as a life raft of sorts? It's been shown to be a successful strategy in the past.
What? Copy Captain Shack? Come on now. What he did after the Intrepid crashed is well known. He's a legend in the fleet. I can't imagine what they would say about me back at command if I died trying to copy him. Besides, that would leave a pretty big clue if those ships ever come back. Hard to not notice a missing engine pod. If they come back and see the wreck after I'm done with it, hopefully they'll just think scavengers got it.
Your ego will be the end of you.
Probably. It probably will be.
So, who gets to choose my name? Me or you?
I'm open to suggestions.
Don't look at me. It's not in my programming.
Well, damn it, it's not like I have some forum where I can just tell people to leave me suggestions in the comment section below. That'd be too easy. I'll tell you what, computer. I'll sleep on the name for now.
I appreciate the thought, Captain. I'm still trying to compute what it would mean to have a name. It's not something my program has even considered.
Huh. Never thought about it that way before. Okay, this is becoming way too serious of a conversation. Let's get back on topic here. Survival.
On that note, Captain, I think it is important for our survival to know exactly who we are fighting.
I was thinking the same thing. Any ideas?
Captain, did you happen to notice the colors those ships were painted?
Yeah, I couldn't help but notice. I saw enough of them during the Colonial Wars.
Exactly. Those ships belong to the Dual Nation Coalition.
There's no way, computer. We knocked out the DNC a decade ago. We haven't had a single incident with them since the war ended 10 years ago.
Doesn't that strike you as odd, Captain? Why would they just stop fighting all of the sudden? And what happened to all of their ships?
High Command just assumed they were out of ships. Both sides lost a ton of hardware in that war. Not to mention the atrocities that took place on the colonies. The entire Sol system took years to recover.
But what if we didn't destroy all their ships? What if instead they all boarded whatever ships they had left and jumped out of the system?
Computer, the jump drive wasn't even invented yet at the end of the Colonial Wars. It was a few years after that the first jump took place.
That we know of. The Nazis were working on an atomic bomb in World War II. The old United States just finished theirs first. What if the DNC had a working jump drive years before we did?
Damn. That would explain a lot.
Like why I couldn't detect them before they jumped out of jump space. If their technology uses a different or more advanced means of jumping, we may not know how to detect it.
I don't like the thought of that, computer. A more technologically advanced remnant of the DNC? That has had over 10 standard years to develop without us knowing about it?
I don't like it either, Captain, but all the evidence points that way.
Keep running through what logs you have of the ambush. Well, I guess now it's ambushes. See if you can find some definitive markings or something on the ships. I'm going to get back working on getting us out of here. It is more important than ever that we get back home. The Terran Benevolence League will want to know about this. The TBL has got to be warned about this threat from the DNC. Computer, run a diagnostic check on the ship I've built. It isn't pretty, but hopefully it'll get us off this wreck and far enough away from here that the DNC won't be able to find us. Then we can figure out how to get home, or at least how to get a message back home.
I've been monitoring the builders who constructed it, Captain, and I must say, I'm impressed. The ship will not be stable in atmosphere, but it looks stable enough for space flight. I have to admit, I did not expect a captain of the fleet to have the technical know-how to build a small ship like this.
I wasn't always a captain, you know. I used to fly ships smaller, faster, and prettier than this for a living. When your life depends on your ship working properly, you learn how to tinker. I don't just trust my life to a mechanic without double-checking his work.
You're full of surprises, Captain. I'll have to dig up your file when I get back on the network. Seems like I have a lot to learn about you.
By the time we get out of here, computer, I think we will know each other a lot better than either of us ever wanted. Get ready to transfer yourself to the ship. Let's call it the Orca. Big and ugly. I don't think we'll be seeing the Liberty ever again.
I see. The ship gets a name before I do. I'm ready to transfer and wipe what remains of the Liberty's computer system when you're ready, Captain.
Let's make it happen. I'm ready to get out of here. Luck has not been on our side this far, and I don't want to linger around here longer than necessary.
Agreed. Transfer complete, sir. We can leave whenever you're ready.
Any suggestions on where I should point this ship before I make my first engine burn?
My sensors were knocked out during the fight in the Gamma sector, Captain. I can't tell you what is out there beyond visual range. And it appears this ship's sensors are limited at best.
Hey now, go easy on me. This is the first ship I've ever made. You happy it didn't explode when I turned it on? Sensors. How grateful they are.
I heard that.
I know. Well, this way looks as good as any. I'm initiating engine burn. I'm gonna get some sleep, computer. Nothing for me to do for a long while anyways. Wake me if you pick up anything on the Orca's limited sensors.
Good night, Captain. Good job today.
I lost my ship and my crew today. Good job was the last term I'd use to describe my day.
Yes, but without your quick thinking and the decisions you made, we'd all be dead in the Gamma sector and High Command would have no chance of knowing what was out there waiting for them. At least with you alive, there is hope we can get this info back to them.
Good night, computer. Hopefully tomorrow is a better day.